Welcome to another Learning to Read drum lesson. In this drum lesson, we're going to cover the topic of 16th note triplets. In order to do this lesson and to follow along with this lesson, you're going to need the beat sheet called 16th note triplets. You can get that at onlinedrummer.com. Let's take a look at line number 1, measure number 1 of that beat sheet, 16th note triplets. The first two counts, count 1 and 2, are 16th notes connected to an 8th note. 1 E and 2 E and. Then you get into the 16th note triplet connected to an 8th note. That's what a 16th note triplet looks like. It looks like a 16th note, but it has the bracket above it with the 3. Whereas 8th note triplets are counted 1 and 2 and 3 of them fit into each count. With the 16th note triplet, you're basically doubling that. 6 of them fit into each count. So with each count, you're going to have 6 strokes or 6 beats. It's very important to have a way to count the 16th note triplet and any other note. And the way we're going to count that is 1 li and la, 2 li and la. 1 li and la, 2 li and la, 3 li and la, 4 li and la. You'll notice that counting that way provides the 6 strokes or 6 beats that we need within the count. 1 li and la. That's 6. Back to measure number 1 and line number 1. If you look at count 3 again, the 16th note triplets, you'll see that there are only 3 of them. There's not 6 of them. So you're going to play the 16th note triplets, but they're only going to take up half of count 3. 1 li. 1 li. Then you have an 8th note. This is a regular 8th note. It's not part of the triplet. There's not a bracket above it. There's no 3 above it. It's just a regular 8th note. So you're going to play on the and, which will take up the second half of count 3, and you wait for count 4 to come in with the next triplet. So just that third beat or third count together is going to sound like this. 1 li and. 1 li and. I'm going to play all of measure 1 slowly so that you can hear what it'll sound like. 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 li and, 4 li and. You may be wondering on counts 3 and 4 why we're playing what seem to be 4 evenly spaced notes. 3 li and, 4 li and. You might think there should be a space in between the li, 3 li, and the and, because they're 2 different types of notes. But remember that the type of note it is decides how much space is after the note, not before the note. So where you have 3 li, the li doesn't take up any more space than the other 16th note triplets. 3 li and. It's that 8th note that takes up the space after it. Just for fun and to give you another example, I'm going to play measure 2 slowly. 1 E and, 2 li and, 3 li and, 4 and. 1, 2, ready and go E and. 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 li and, 4 li and. 1 E and, 2 li and, 3 li and, 4 and. 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 li and, 4 li and. 1 E and, 2 li and, 3 li and, 4 and. Line number 2 starts out with your 16th note triplets connected to the 8th note, 1 li and then it goes into 4 16th notes. And the difficult part about that is knowing what tempo or how fast to play the 16th notes. Sometimes people want to rush them or slow them down. It's difficult to go from the triplets into the 16th notes. Just make sure you're counting and that you're practicing along with the metronome so that you can get used to it. Let's play line number 2. Remember to use alternating sticking, and on the repeat, start with the opposite stick, the left stick. 1, 2, ready and go. And 1 li and, 2 E and a 3. 4 li and, 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4 E and, 1 li and, 2 E and a 3. 4 li and, 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4 E and. There's really nothing new or different in line number 3. Slowly, the first measure, you just have 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 li and, 4 li and so on. 1, 2, ready and go E and. 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 li and, 4 li and, 1 E and, 2 li and, 3 E and, 4 E and, 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 li and, 4 li and, 1 E and, 2 li and, 3 E and, 4 E and. Line number 4 introduces some 16th note rests along with some playing on the rim. If you look at measure number 1, count number 1, you'll see a 16th rest. And just as a review, you play that first count like this, 1 E and A, 1 E and A. To go from that into the next count, which is your 16th note triplet connected to the 8th, it's a little difficult. It sounds like this, 1 E and A to a li end. Measure number 2 of line number 4 has more 16th rests, and it starts like this, 1 E and A, 2 E and A, and then into your 16th note triplet connected to the 8th. Let's play line number 4 together at a little slower tempo. 1, 2, ready, and go E and A. 1 E and A, 2 A, li end. 3 E and A, 4 E and A. 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 A, li end. And a 1 E and a 2 A, li end. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 A, li end. 4 E and a. Line number 5 is where we first see a whole count of 16th note triplets, all 6 of them. So look at line number 5, measure 1. Count number 1 has 6 16th note triplets, and they take up all of count number 1. 1 A, li and a la. A little slower, just as a review. 1 A, li and a la. 1 A, li and a la. Measure number 2 also introduces something new on count number 1. It starts out with an 8th note and then the 16th note triplets connected after that 8th note. We're used to seeing it the other way, with the 16th note triplets first and then the 8th note. Remember that the type of note it is tells you how much space is after it. So when we start with an 8th note on count 1, 1, it takes up until the and. So those 16th note triplets won't come in until the and. 1 and a la. And count 2 is what you're used to seeing, the 2 a li and with the 16th note triplets first. There isn't any space in between counts 1 and 2 because those are 16th note triplets. So it sounds like they're actually run right together. It'll sound like this. 1 and a la, 2 a li and. I'll play it a little slower. 1 and a la, 2 a li and. One more time. 1 and a la, 2 a li and. And remember, since it ends in that 8th note, it's an 8th note that ends in the and, it's going to take up all the way until the next count. So those 16th notes connected to the 8th note will come in on count 3. That whole second measure slowly sounds like this. 1 and a la, 2 a li and, 3 E and, 4 E and a. Let's play line number 5 together. 1, 2, and readily and a la, go a li and a la. 1 a li and a la, 2 and 3 E and 4 E li and 1 and a la, 2 E li and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E li and a la, 2 and 3 E and 4 E li and 1 and a la, 2 E li and 3 E and 4 E and Line number 6 sort of puts everything together. We have some 16th rest, we have some playing on the rim, we have 16th note triplets connected to the 8th notes, and the whole groupings of 16th note triplets. So just concentrate, and the most important thing, make sure that you are counting and keeping solid timing. Let's try line number 6. 1, 2, and ready, and go E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E li and 4 E li and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E li and 4 E li and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E li and 4 E li and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E li and 4 E li and. And that's the 16th note triplet. Remember, they're counted 1 a li and a la, 2 a li and a la, and that 6 of them fit into each count. I hope this lesson has been helpful. Keep drumming.